Something in the air. Where does it come from?
Parce que je suis très more self-conscious de toutes mes erreurs que je fais au quotidien.
Gabriella, ça fait que un mois que tu es en France, c'est ça?
Pardon?
Ça fait un mois seulement que tu es en France?
Un mois.
Un mois seulement. Bah, tu vois, tu vas vite progresser, hein, parce que tu es
Ouais.
en immersion complète. Donc ça va vite venir. Hein.
Ouais. You know this short movie called Le Ballon Rouge? I think that's what it's called in French. Yeah. Look at the streets. I feel like I'm in one of the settings of the movie Le Ballon Rouge, except it's also real, and this is not in Paris, but at Rochelle. Marie! Marie! Why are all the boutiques closed? Why? Shit, I remember. It's like the national holiday on the 11th of November. I think that's what's going on. Alright, say it with me, kids, one more time. 1, 2, 3. Today is a good day. It lives! I don't care what people say. The makeup has aged me. Oh hi, 52 degrees outside. It's gonna be cloudy and cold all week like this. Oh, I'm sorry, gentle viewer. I've been so busy last month settling into my space. Why didn't I mention this sooner? So I got into teaching ESL lately, got the TEFL certificate and all, more on that later. There aren't many ways to teach on a work visa in France if you're a foreigner. France is pretty famous for that. TAPIF, though, is that program that makes this exception. The program offers teaching assistant positions to English speakers in different regions around France over a period of 7 months total, from like October, the beginning of October, to the end of April. So if you want to apply, you gotta apply starting on the 15th of this October, so that if you get accepted, you get to work in France next October. So yes, preparations go as far back as last year. You'll find a variety of people who apply to this position: recent postgraduates, French majors, aspiring French teachers, or maybe TEFL certified people who just want to learn French better. I fall into the last category naturally. You need to speak French on a minimum CIFR level of B1, that is lower intermediate, and ideally you should have had a little experience teaching and or working with kids. I got both, but there is a funny story to this. So last year I applied to TAPIF, and then I applied to the Alliance Française Testing Center in San Francisco to see if I could get that B1 certificate. In other words, did I qualify? Did I count as lower intermediate speaker of French? I remember the tests, oral, writing, listening, and comprehension, were much more difficult than the practice exams that my online tutors gave me. Not to mention that out of nervousness, I didn't freaking sleep all night. Yeah, I'm insane, I know. So, based on these criteria, no way did I think I would pass. But anyways, I still try my best, and then I take an Uber home, basically walking the Hall of Shame, because I thought I would fail. It's like, all this preparation for nothing. There's no way I'm gonna pass this exam. There is no way. I flubbed through half the questions. Then I get an email 2 months later. I passed. Actually, I scraped by. Anyways, I submitted my B1 certificate to TAPIF, along with all the other documents that come with having to submit to get accepted to TAPIF, and I get accepted. I get the acceptance letter around April, I think, of 2024. We do all the preparations, and now I'm here for some reason. pinch me. I graduated from my local university with a major in professional writing. I realized I didn't like writing, switched to ESL teaching, got my TEFL certificate, and took on preply tutoring and retail work as my part-time jobs, while I also improved my French on the side. So I knew about TAPIF right during the time I graduated, so all that time after graduating, I was taking all that time to continue improving my French. I almost forgot the contract of TAPIF states that you work 11 to 12 hours a week, and the pay naturally is minimal, so it's barely gonna cover you, so save up, you guys. I already learned about TAPIF from some online research right after I graduated, and since I wanted to live in France for years already, I thought this was a perfect chance to just get my French going, get it improved so that I can finally apply. I dabbled a little bit in middle school, did 3 years in high school, took a semester in college, and then I taught myself French on my own time during college and then after college as well. I'm not sure whether it was an influence by my esthete grandma from a very early age, or a general fascination with the rich French culture, or because their language is so beautiful and the pronunciation system is just super fascinating to me. Or maybe because France is the capital of fashion. You know, me being a huge fashionista here and all. Hello, that's my channel purpose. Or maybe because I had a huge crush at the time on French singer Christine and the Queens. Or maybe I just needed a hobby, and France became my hobby. But you know what? It might have been a combination of everything, so who's to say? Alors, si tu considères un niveau B1 de CEFRE, autrement dit le niveau en bas intermédiaire, comme acquisition officielle d'une autre langue, oui. Bien que j'ai eu toujours une blague parmi mes amis que ma prononciation est meilleure que ma façon d'exprimer. Ah genre, tu blagues? Non, car normalement c'est l'inverse. C'est bizarre, hein? Eh bien, ça pose des problèmes des fois parce que les francophones pensent que je parle beaucoup plus couramment qu'en réalité. Ah, bonjour messieurs, où est la gare?
Eh bien, comment je suis passé, classe, fromage et tout ça, de toujours me gorger,
Quoi? Bref, ne te laisse pas tromper, j'ai juste été coach en rédaction d'accent. Voilà. They don't tell you this in French class, by the way, but people talk so damn fast here. Can you guys talk on the same speed as the guy on Inner French? Please? You know, I've been wondering this one for a while already. It's like, after France, what next? Oh, I love teaching, but I'm not sure I could do it conventionally? The teaching field these days is famous for overworking and underpaying teachers. Did you know that teaching salaries didn't rise with inflation over the last 20 years? Not to mention, conventional public schooling systems have lowered drastically lately, so it's like, why even bother? Look, my Spanish roommate has even shown me her students' translations of Spanish sentences into French. And the French translations, mind you, French, not Spanish. These are coming from native French speakers. They had conjugation mistakes in their writing that even I, a B1 speaker, can recognize in an instant. C'est bizarre, huh? Anyways, when I come back home to America, after I've had my fun correcting French high schoolers with their pronunciation.
Hello, my name is Manon. It is very nice to meet you.
My immediate plan is to continue ESL and pronunciation tutoring online. Maybe look up some language schools / NGOs nearby to work at. And then also study and add dyslexia tutoring as part of my repertoire. All plans subject to change, of course. So PSA to fellow TAPIFers who are in the same position as me and they also aren't sure what to do after France. Look up your options on ChatGPT. Thank me later. When I said to my fam, I need to go to France to go monk mode and give myself the space to think things over about my future, I wasn't wrong, baby. Mi-feuille. And I heard a lot of good things about it. Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Mi-feuille going in 3, 2, 1. Oh, yeah. This is so good. You got a very vanilla-y custard inside. It's got a really nice sugar glaze on the top. Very sweet, very vanilla-y, and very good. I give this one a certified 10 out of 10 from me. It's still dark outside. You have no idea how tired I am. You guys, I just had the worst dream ever. I just had a dream that I contracted rabies and I didn't even know it. Symptoms on humans are really scary. Instead of meditating, I watched a mini doc about the stages of rabies in a human being. It's really scary. Why do I do this to myself? Well, on another note, how was your day today? Later today, I'm gonna buy a baguette, just, because I can. And I think we're set to jet. Hello. Hi guys. Let's see. Hello. Yes, I got my package finally. I didn't have breakfast, but one of the teachers brought food over, so this is my breakfast of the day. Brioche. Also, tangerine. And 2 chocolates. I led a class today that lasted from 9 to 10 this morning. And so my reverend professor gave me like 3 groups of 7 students each. And what I did was have them all engage in debate. So like yesterday I was creating a PowerPoint of all the AI related debate topics that they were gonna pick and debate with each other. So this morning was pretty fun. In a couple of hours I'm going to be hearing, along with my other English professor, some other students practicing their oral presentations, and then we'll be doing feedback. And since I specialize in accent reduction, I'm going to be also evaluating their accents, and tell them how to reduce it. So that's always the fun part for me in classes whenever I do accent reduction with the students. All the other teachers have gone on after their break to continue teaching in their respective classrooms, so right now it's just me and another teacher in the other room. I need to get a baguette and coffee. Okay, so you see here, this is the Lounge Famous coffee machine. And this is sugar, this is espresso elongated. I don't know like the literal translation. Macchiato, cafe with milk, cappuccino, green mint tea with milk, and cappuccino vanilla cappuccino. This is my favorite. It's good. Hits the spot. I'm gonna claim French supremacy for a minute and say that their coffee is indeed superior. Okay, I don't know how I'm gonna do this with limited space, but I'm gonna try something for this fashion show here. Of course, I brought some clothes with me from America. The idea is to present you with some fashion ideas for what you can wear to school as a teacher's assistant or a teacher. Something that is cute but modest enough for the entire class. All of the shoes are going to be the same for this styling session. I got these from the store just down the hall away from here. I'll note it in the video once I remember. I hate getting up early. So there was a lot of limit on what I showed you on video. I don't know the liabilities of recording high school kids, but it's better not to risk it, especially without their consent. And anyways, I don't think it's ethical when you're like in a teaching position. So I just show you enough to get a gist of what it's like, not enough to like actually show anybody on camera. I can tell you what my schedule is like though. Okay, so I work 11 hours per week, give or take, for 5 English teachers total. If one of the English teachers doesn't need me for the time, another one will negotiate with the first one to have me do more hours with them to make up for the absence, if that makes sense. And because of that, the schedule gets flipped occasionally. It's usually 11 hours, so let's just go with that. On Tuesday, I have 4 hours of assistance. On Wednesday, I have 2. And on Thursday, I have 5. Here, let's put me a little more into view. The first teacher is the one that housed me in her Airbnb when I came a little earlier into France than at the beginning of October, at the beginning of my contract, because at the time my apartment was not available yet and she needed to house me somewhere. And she's the one that I work with the most, and her classes are the most challenging because her students are smart. And she's very specific about what I should put into my PowerPoints to teach the class. So, I go to a separate room from the actual class, and I go with my designated group, and I will either teach one group for like an entire hour, for 2 hours straight, or it'll rotate groups every 20 minutes for 1 hour. Are you still following me? Good. The second English teacher that I work with is like the first teacher in that she's specific about what kinds of discussions and debates she wants for her students. That's my favorite teacher to work with actually, because she introduces all kinds of like fun game ideas that I could use for my students to get them to speak more. My third teacher is super chill. Her expectations are more laid back than the first 2 teachers. It's basically like, oh, just make a PowerPoint, create a discussion with your designated group in a separate room, and then just try to hold the students' attention. Easy peasy. The fourth teacher has me hold impromptu discussions in the same class with her on whatever theme they're working on that day. Fifth teacher, super easy. I just walk around with her group discussions. Yeah. So, evidently, for the first 3 teachers, I have to do more work, and the last 2 are more impromptu. And did you know that my contract forbids me to get another job here, even if it's online with another company, like let's say Preply, for instance, which isn't even French, but they still forbid it. Make it make sense. Tax reasons, I guess. It's complicated. I'm not gonna get into that, but you know what? It's fine. When I'm not working, I'm learning French, just poring over everything, you know, learning some new recipes or train hopping across France to explore. And if I ever run out of money from my assistant's job, I can still use my savings as backup payment.
You want to know what time it is?
Now look, this is literally how little I have left in my part of the refrigerator here. Cheese râpé, crème de foie, beurre citron, citrus butter, and some old shallots. Oof.
Time to go on our next adventure. It's called food shopping.
I spy with my little eye.
The Marche de la Mer. It's okay, Mr. Krabs. I'll save you.
It's gonna be fish and chips tonight, baby. Next up, E. Leclerc. Schneck. Another schneck. Basil. No, seriously! Which goat cheese am I supposed to get? This is how much cheese they got, and more besides. That should be good for pasta. Okay, so before I headed on my way home, I stopped by this cute little bubble tea shop right next by Leclerc because I was thinking for a while to send one of my friends some bubble tea ingredients there because she really likes bubble tea and she lives in the States right now. Let's go to a slightly lighter place. Ah, much better. So I asked the shopkeeper, as well as I could in my, French, right? I asked her whether I could send the bubble tea ingredients, because they got like the edible stuff like jams and little the pearls and the tea bags and all that. And so I asked the shopkeeper in the best French I could muster whether it's possible to send this stuff over to the States from France by, postal. And she said... And then when she realized that I wasn't understanding what I was saying, with each word then, she started becoming more visibly annoyed, and my expression started looking more like I was on the verge of a psychotic breakdown, like, lady, why don't you slow down? Somehow or another, we managed to communicate to each other and break it down in a way where I got the gist that, oh, it's possible to send it from overseas, so yeah, so to my friend from the United States, you might get something in next month in the mail after all. But still, it was like, this is my experience every time I try to engage in a casual conversation, or even I just ask the shopkeepers. It's like, slow the frick down. On their leave. I bought some ingredients for pasta salad, but I don't think I'm gonna be making it today. I think the fish and chips will suffice. Anyways, I gotta take you guys to the local market one day. It's got some very unique ingredients and foods. In regards to my previous story, I don't care how long it takes. I'm gonna learn the French language no matter what. I've already learned a lot of words though, and I do have to use French in everyday situations, so it's pretty slow, but it's coming along. Yeah, so this is butter, sugar, and some citrus juice sprinkled all over it. It's simple, but it really hits the spot, I think. Wow. Be me doing the most French thing ever. Sitting outside in front of a cafe on the terrace, listening to the musicians meanwhile, and just the people chatting away. These days really feel like the first time that I'm actually taking my time with eating and just enjoying myself, enjoying the moment. Yeah. All right, I made it back to my Airbnb in Angers for the evening. Let's take a tour around the Airbnb. So zooming out a little, you'll see that the Airbnb on the bedroom side is pretty cute and minimal. I meant to bring some stationery with me, some paper with me, so that I could write down some contacts and maybe like map out my surroundings a little in case, something happened or my phone got stolen, but I didn't do that. But I still recommend that at the risk of sounding like a hypocrite. Yeah, look at how cute my Airbnb is. Yeah. Look at how cute the bathroom is. Is this where you pee? Oh, wait. No, this is the sink. This is, I don't know where this, and this is the toilet. You don't pee here, evidently. This is like a vanilla scent or something with vanilla reeds. All you have to do is turn them around and you're gonna get some new scents wafting from here. They got cookies here, in case you need a midnight snack. Okay, I'm going to Carrefour City because I haven't eaten breakfast all day today because I'm a lazy frick. And also I need to pick up an umbrella. Long overdue. I lost mine somewhere in France and now I have to pick up a new one. Yeah. This is so haunting.
Have you been able to find black beans
Me?
in the store?
I don't know because I never shop for black beans.
Okay.
I shop all my cuisine French. See, I'm really petty like this because I'm like, okay, you can just grab whatever, you know, comes to mind in the store. Something as simple as black beans and rice. But then at the same time, I'm like, no, it must be exclusively French food. Just French food. So stuff like, I kid you not, escargots. I would buy escargots at Ile Leclerc or at Lido just because I'm just that petty. I'm like, French food.
But it's good that you want to try it because that means that you are immersing yourself in that part of the culture.
Yeah. Right.
Phone eats first, as my brother would say.
So this is the this is the
grand mix.
mixed, the grand
Because
mix.
it's cheese and meat, and then
And
this
this
is
this is like vegetable sauce of sorts.
veg. It's hummus and tzatziki.
And you spread it on this bread. Okay, noted. Okay, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving.
something in the air. It makes us all
Cheers. Cheers. Cheers.
something in the air. It makes us get closer. One thing we do know, it makes the world go round. Something in the air. Where does it go?
It's pretty, isn't it? Yeah. I'm always down for sparkling things. Dappidy, what's your thoughts on sparkly things?
I like sparkly things, but usually when I touch the fabric, it's
It's like itchy. Yeah, noted. Yeah. Okay.